guys, it's Melanie with Best Products. Welcome back to Taking It Back Tuesday, discussing ways to hang out, chill out, keeping your home really, really calm. And today, last week, we were actually talking about morning routines, how to make your morning routine a little less hectic, a little bit more calm, and to go hand in hand with that discussion, we're now talking about evening routines and how to wind down before bed. Because really, like, a great morning and a great day really starts with a great night of sleep, and I think we can all improve a little bit since we're all so, wound up after like a crazy day and so attached to our devices especially. There's tons of ways, very, very easy ways that we can get a little bit better about chilling out after a long day. So the first thing that I wanted to discuss is something that we discussed extensively last week. I think bedtime is kind of synonymous with tea, and chamomile tea, peppermint tea, non-caffeinated. Getting plenty of fluids after a dinner, especially like a heavy meal, something that has a lot of salt in it, something that like you've really just indulged in. It's really important just to get enough fluids so that you're not chugging water before bed, which is not what you want to do. It's just more about staying hydrated since you're going to wake up and immediately, feel like drinking water immediately since you get a little bit dehydrated during the night.
And it's also, I feel like everyone needs to remember that the coffee that we chug all day is dehydrating us too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's important to stay hydrated at all times, but I think, starting at dinner and after dinner, especially if you're somebody who's sort of prone to just kind of beelining it for the glass of wine after or during dinner, just good to keep in mind like how much you're really intaking, and maybe switching out like that second glass of wine with a cup of tea instead, or infused water if you just want something that's not plain tap flat water. It's just a really easy way to still get those fluids, but not like overly dehydrate yourself in the process. Even though it's summertime and it's really, really hot, especially in my apartment, I still like drinking tea. I do iced tea that I kind of have steeping all day in my fridge, and I also I also just make hot tea, but I don't like boil the water to its like really, really highest boiling point. I'll just kind of let it cool down significantly, crank the AC and the fans, and then just enjoy.
And doesn't people always say that like if you have like a hot beverage or something, it kind of helps you like cool your body down while it's hot outside, which is really awesome.
It's sort of like if you can't, I mean, I'm all about like life hacks and stuff like that. So it's like if I can't take a bath every single night, it's that same way of just having that like internal warmth feeling that can be really, really calming. There's just something about warming your body up that really just puts a sense of calm in your mind, which I really, really like. So I'm a huge fan of tea. I buy mine from the health food store, but Teavana, David's tea, really, I know Zen tea is another one. Chamomile's pretty much every single major tea retailer has their own blend of that. I actually drink one that's infused with lavender. Lavender is really, really great to have before bed, and it's very, very nice. I highly recommend seeking out something like that if you're interested in trying.
And do you ever put like a honey or another flavor in tea, like to help you out, to make it taste a little better?
Sometimes, yeah. I kind of do like it before bed because it's a nice little. It's like satisfying that dessert craving without having like a really, really heavy dessert. It's also important to pay attention to what you're eating before bed. You have your dinner, and it's important to be aware of like what you're putting into your body at all times. But for those who really, really like that midnight snack, cherries are a really good thing to eat before bed. Now cherries are in season, so now's the time to really indulge in that. As well as fortified cereal and complex grains like quinoa, also good to eat before bed. Turkey has tryptophan, as you all know from Thanksgiving.
And Seinfeld.
Sweet potatoes, those kinds of things. Maybe not what you would necessarily think about snacking on before bed, but if you find yourself just doing all of the right things but still waking up feeling really, really groggy, it's possibly because of diet reasons. Like if you have something that's really heavy, like a cheeseburger, or very, very spicy, like curry, or really anything that has caffeine or lots and lots of sugar in it, even if those things give you comfort, it's sending different messages to your brain, to your body that are kind of just not good for your sleep. So consider that next time you feel like reaching for the cheeseburger before passing out, you know. I also have been doing a little bit of trying to do more evening workouts to wind down before bed. Some people are really, really good about this, and evening workouts is just like a regular part of their life. I usually do, my workout style is really yoga, and that's it. Some people are really good about running every day, weightlifting every day, getting the cardio and strength training that they want. And I'm not a fitness expert. There is something about a thorough workout in which you are not thinking about the day. It's sort of zen, almost meditative, how focused you are on doing that one task and reaching that one goal. And if you take a class like I do, it's really nice to just sort of shut the internal dialogue off and listen to the instructor and just do what they say and pay attention to the signs that your body is sending back to you. And of course, like the cool down, especially I think in all cases really, that you kind of need to cool down whenever you work out, but especially before, in the evening hours, if you work out close to bedtime, that's something you really have to pay attention to, because if you get your heart rate up, you're feeling like energized and excited, and it might be harder to kind of wind down for bed after you have like a super, super exhilarating workout if you don't, really, really cool down and get back to normal, get ready for sleeping.
And it's also like, because I like to work out later on in the evening, because it kind of just makes you turn off your mind a little bit like that. Like you're kind of leaving all the stuff that you did during the day that might have been stressing you out or something you'll be stressed out about at night. Totally. Kind of removes all of that, which is awesome.
I really, really like that. I think for me, it's just a matter of getting the motivation to do that after especially a long day. And people who do this regularly, I admire that so much. It takes crazy discipline to do that. And it's a totally different regimen from working out in the morning. Still very, very disciplined, but it's more of a focus of like, this is the close down of the day. I really enjoy doing evening yoga on Sunday evenings. It just kind of is a nice way to close out the week, begin the new work week on just like a really fresh, nice note. And yeah, that's pretty much that. If workouts aren't really your thing to alleviate stress at the end of kind of a busy day, in which a little bit more hectic things happen than normal, something that's been really, really helpful for me, and lots of other people too, is just journaling. What I do, I used to journal pretty regularly. Now it's more of just like getting just stuff out of my mind that I know is gonna keep me up at night. Because I think problem solving in your sleep is something that a lot of people do, and it's really just not very productive. It can lead to breakthroughs, maybe very, very, very rarely. But for the most part, if I find myself kind of spiraling and trying to problem solve while I sleep, I'll just try to get that stuff out on the page instead. And yeah, if there was just an interaction that I just didn't think went well, or just something that I wish I had done differently, usually just writing it or just talking about it with somebody. This is just an alternative, like the easiest thing you could do. Just writing it down is usually, I'll usually feel much, much better. I just like a weight will feel like it's been lifted. Other things you can do journal-wise, besides just writing about the events of your day, like a diary entry, is writing a gratitude list. Cultivating gratitude is really nice for just slowing down and taking stock of just how wonderful life is. I don't think we all think about that like every single day, but just writing a list of like 5 things that you're super grateful for is a nice practice to start. It's really easy, and you'll be surprised like what comes up that you don't normally think about every single day if you're not consciously writing this stuff down.
And it's also fun too to do, like, I don't know if you ever do this, like a to-done list instead of a to-do list. So you kind of like, when you're kind of like feeling bad at the end of the day, but you're like, let me write down the 5 things that I did today or more. Then you're like, oh wow, I was productive today. That was good. And you kind of go to bed a little more proud of yourself and a little more like, okay, I earned this 8 hours of sleep.
I love that. That's such a good idea. Yeah, because we accomplish things every single day, whether it's, you know, just taking the stairs or giving somebody a compliment or, you know, just putting in your all at work. Like, and that's stuff that I don't think we, you know, thank ourselves for, really. But yeah, it's good to just take stock of that stuff and write it down, keep a log of it. It's something nice to look back on if you're, you know, if you're feeling like, oh, I didn't really do anything this week. You can look back and just realize, oh yeah, actually, no, I did a lot of really cool stuff. So yeah, journaling, I'm a huge fan. Very, very easy. Picking up a journal anywhere is just the easiest thing you can do for a little bit of extra nighttime relaxation. Taking it a step further, if you want to get really, really serious about switching gears and putting yourself into relaxation mode at night, I have been starting to do like a home spa night. I'm very, very into this. And I used to reserve it for like Friday nights, weekend nights. But now I really do it just on any old weeknight that I feel like I really need it. Add something kind of special to like a Monday or a Tuesday night. And so what I'll do is I'll usually do like a steam facial first, and then I'll put on a mud mask. And the mud masks from AHAVA are really, really, really nice because they're gentle, they're good for every single skin type, and they don't clog your drain when you wash them off, which is really nice. That's kind of rare for mud masks, which are a little bit thicker than normal ones. And the scent is super, super clean. That's what I really, really like. Is that I actually kind of like that scent to kind of put me in a relaxed mood. These ones just smell like powder, or like a clean smell. It's kind of hard to describe. I would just describe it as some sort of powdery and nice. So yeah, just a thin layer on your face, put it on for 5 minutes, you know, have a glass of tea or a cup of tea or something, and then just wash it off and you're good to go. And AHAVA has a ton of stuff in their line that's sort of mud-based. There's body mud, Dead Sea mud. This stuff is really, really cool. It goes on dark, and you know it's done when it like kind of dries up, and then you just wash it off. And again, it doesn't clog your drains. That's nice. And then just mud soap, stuff that you can just add into your regular face washing routine. And then foot cream. I really, really love doing like a night shower and then putting on the AHAVA foot cream afterwards. And I really, really do this because it's actually amazing. Sort of doing just like a very like amateur novice like reflexology on myself, trying to, you know, reap the benefits of just what a great foot massage can do. And this stuff is really, really great just because it's light, it's not greasy, and it doesn't smell like, it doesn't have like a seasonal smell, which is important. Sometimes smells just don't really go with the certain season that it's in. So these are good for all year. Super clean, super nice.
I can't even tell you how many half-used peppermint scented things I have still in my bathroom.
It's a bummer. I like to, for my like products, skin and beauty products, I like to actually use them up because using them halfway is just such a bummer. So the AHAVA stuff is definitely stuff that we use up, and we're really big fans. We actually are announcing the winner of our Facebook AHAVA giveaway. We're giving away $300 worth of product, this very bag in fact, and the recipient of this bag is T. Anderson, this is for a spa night on us. Thank you so much for entering, and thanks everybody for entering, and that'll be on its way to you very soon, so I hope you enjoy. So yeah, actually, while I talk, I'm actually going to put this on because I love this stuff a lot. Anything that's just clean and calm is just super, super nice. I'm really into scents. I don't know if you could tell. Things that smell really, really nice are my favorite thing. To get back to the sort of back to spa night, I've been starting night showers a little bit more. I'll usually shower in the morning. It's just a nice energizing part of the morning routine for me. But especially in the summertime, now that it's so hot, it's actually pretty refreshing and nice to do a night shower. It's a little bit out of the ordinary for me, so I like it. And so yeah, once I do the mask, I'll sometimes do a hair mask too. Do like the full body mud, thing. I'll shower. It's really, really nice. I have here towels from the Micro Cotton for Dillard's line. It's new. It's super, super plush, absorbent, and durable. It won't pill or kind of come apart easily. After a couple of washes, typical towels will kind of fray a little bit. They'll kind of be on their way out. It's kind of a shame. These not only are super affordable, the biggest towel in the line is actually just $35. This is $8. And yeah, you can pick them up at Dillard's, Destressing. They're really, really soft and they're really nice. And investing in nice towels, or just finding towels that are well reviewed online, that people don't say unravel easily, is really important, because if you've ever showered with or just dried yourself off with towels that are really, really kind of raggedy or just faded, they just don't look really nice. They look like something you should be drying your car off with instead of drying yourself off with. It's not like it ruins your night or anything. It's just sort of, it makes the whole bathroom, it doesn't really make your bathroom look nice. It doesn't add that like luxe feel that some really like, super, super soft towels can do. And
it's also nice too, with that price, to be able to get like another set for a guest towel, which is just really makes people that are visiting you feeling much more comfortable about being there, and like kind of a nice little treat too.
Totally. No, that's a really, really good point. I think that's something that's super overlooked mostly, is like the guest room and all the amenities that you put in there. It's super, super special to have something nice in there. Plushy towels are a must. I mean, really, anything, I really feel this way about bed linens and bath linens as well. Anything that makes contact with your body, make the investment, find something that you really, really like, get towels that you love. And it adds to the general air of calm that you'll feel as you're kind of winding down for the night, which is what this is all about. So let's see. All right, so it would be really something if you did all of these things in one night. It would be like the most extreme calm night ever.
Mariah Carey elegance, yeah.
You did your evening yoga, you did your spa night, and now you are, maybe you're not into masks, like doing face masks, but you could be into coloring masks if this is more your speed. So obviously adult coloring books are the hottest thing ever right now. And this is a new title from Barron's. And it is exactly what it sounds like. You are just coloring in these whimsical animal masks. And they're just full-page illustrations, kind of symmetrical, mandala-like designs. And yeah, if you have kids, this would be a really fun activity to do if you have like younger siblings or kids, or even just by yourself, why not? Instead of, scrolling through Instagram or, doing whatever online. This is just, it feels so silly when you start doing it, but it's kind of striking how immediately you'll feel so absorbed and focused on getting it done. And then just like planning out your color strategy. Like, I'm actually kind of paralyzed by choice when I have like this many like little like things to fill out, because I want to make sure I'm like creating like the most perfect thing ever. I really love adult coloring books. I usually color things in with pencils, because you can sharpen them and blend them in fun ways. And yeah, super, super easy. Adult coloring books, get into them if you haven't already.
It's a much better thing for your eyes at night than using like a screen or staring at a screen for an hour. Yeah.
And a couple weeks back, we were knitting on Taking Back Tuesday. It's sort of the same kind of thing where it's very zen, it's very focused, kind of meditative, but you can still listen to music while you're doing it. You can still listen to a podcast. You can have like a show on in the background, but your eyes are really focused and your hands are occupied. So it's really kind of, it's good for getting you present and putting you in the moment rather than taking you out of what's currently going on. So nice little way of slowing down, hanging out, doing that thing. Another thing, I've always been a big fan of candles. Like I said, I'm a big fan of scents. So as an alternative to candles in this segment, As far as winding down for the night goes, I've actually become a big fan of essential oils and diffusers. It's more focused on the scent aspect than the visuals, I think. What I love are the Aura Kasha essential oils. You can buy these at pretty much any health store. They're pretty ubiquitous. They run from, well, they sort of range. This is the lavender scent, and it was about $6. And I mean, I love just putting it a couple drops either on a washcloth or on a piece of tissue, and just kind of, smelling that whenever you need like a little bit of calm. And really, this is not something I would like have at work just because I'm trying to stay awake at work, not like, lull myself to sleep. But it's just such a nice fragrance, and it's really beautiful and calm. I have sachets of lavender too that I keep at home as well. I just love that sort of herbaceous yet floral scent. And putting it in tea, having it in fragrance, anything like that is just my favorite.
And with something like that, would you be able to like combine that with water or something and make it a little mister to kind of like freshen up a room or something?
Absolutely, yeah. And if you don't have a diffuser, I think that's a good place to start with it, to see if you like the smell of that particular fragrance all around your space. It's a nice way of trying it out. And even just having like, and just putting a couple drops here and there. It's very, very simple and very easy. And the bottle lasts you a really long time, even though it's tiny. So yeah, just another little tip there. And I think when you're winding down for the night, being conscious of your lighting scheme as well as the screens that you have in front of you is important. I usually I don't have any overhead lighting on when I'm trying to wind down for bed. It's just table lamps, nightstand lamp. That's pretty much it. And I'll also kind of try to instate a tech curfew where around like 9:30 I'll just start putting stuff on sleep mode, start wrapping up conversations that I'm having with people, and just kind of putting the tech away for a time, or at least having it. People won't be able to reach out to me immediately, and I won't be on social media after that time. And I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, people like to stay connected until the second they fall asleep. But as far as winding down goes, I find that to be kind of important for me, because otherwise I'm just sort of wrapped up in all of this, in what's going on in the online world, which isn't always, super fun.
And it gives you some time just to like get to check in with yourself too, instead of finding out all these things happening on Instagram. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just slowing down, being present, and you can't always do that. There are times when you do kind of have to stay online, but that really hopefully that's not an everyday thing for you, especially if you are having trouble sleeping on top of that. And the last thing that I like to do, it's part of my own personal routine that a lot of people have been doing lately. Podcasts, huge fan of those. There's a lot of really, really great ones to listen to before you go to bed. I like one, I've listened to pretty much every single meditation podcast that's out there. Meditation Minis is like a 10 to 15 minute podcast. It's exactly what it sounds like, just a mini meditation. There's Reiki Radio, which is all about just the practice of Reiki. Super, super calming. And even just hearing people talk about calming things is just nice. And then my newest favorite one is called Sleep With Me, and it's this guy with a droning, monotone voice talking about just meandering stories. It's a really, really hilarious podcast. They're like 2 hours long, and again, he just sort of drones and rambles on very, very peacefully. I'll put it on like a half hour before I go to bed, and it's a hilarious and silly podcast, but then just the droning sound will eventually lull me to sleep. It's like listening to a really, boring professor in class talking about something that would be maybe interesting if somebody more animated were talking about it, but yeah, that's something lighthearted and silly, and does a really good job of putting me to sleep, because I feel like I've been sleeping way better because of that lately. And yeah, getting the 8 hours, not everybody needs 8 hours, but getting the 8 hours is important. Hopefully being able to wake up with natural light, without feeling groggy is important. and then that's usually how I'll, end my night and get ready to start my day. So that's about all that I have today. Thank you so much for joining in to Taking It Back Tuesday. Be sure to like our page and follow.